featuring the Safford Bulldogs versus your Santan Foothill Sabercats. Before we begin tonight's contest, we ask that all fans and athletes in attendance please rise and face the Southern scoreboard as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the Safford Bulldogs. Number 10, Noah Bevins. Number 12, C.J. Scrivener. Number 20, Grant Smith. Number 24, Jedrick Chavez. And number 32, Christian Smith. And now, make some noise for your Santan Foothill Sabercats. Number 1, Brian Turner. Number 3, Gavin Johnson. Number 10, Christian Marciano. Number 20, Deshaun Copeland. And number 23, Joel Becerra.
All right, welcome back for our second broadcast of the evening. Now, the boys varsity game. Ready to begin action as the teams take the court. And Mr. Miller works his way over here to the broadcast booth. And we'll have our opening half tip-off here, won by Safford. And number 24 lays it in for an easy first 2 points, that being Chavez. And Santan answers with Deshaun Copeland scoring 2 easy points for the Cats. We're going to have a call on Christian Marciano for a push. His first team first, 7:39 left in the first quarter of play. Inbound by number 20. Grant Smith over to 32. It's going to send Safford to the line. Jedrick
I talked to the coach on the front end of this game, and it's a Jedrick Chavez.
Jedrick. Perfect. Chavez misses his first free throw. Score 2-2.
And I know I'm making my way up here to our makeshift press box here, but is that 2 team fouls called against the SaberCats so far in this game?
I think it was second one. First one against Christian Marciano, and I believe the last one was on Becerra. And that's going to be our third team foul.
Yeah, that one is... was that called on Brian Turner there? That's going to be his first, and that basket is good, sending Jedrick Chavez to the line. Misses his free throw.
Rebound by Marciano. And Jedrick will pick up a foul for Safford with a push. His first team first. Inbound to Brian Turner. Brian Turner passes off to Gavin Johnson. Gavin Johnson dribbles in, kicks it out. But Deshaun can't get a handle on it and turns it over to Safford.
Bulldogs come into this contest 0-1, having lost to Snowflake by a final score of 76-48 back on the 22nd a couple nights ago at Snowflake. So Bulldogs hungry for their first victory of the season as they take a 6-2 lead.
They certainly started out strong here. Jedrick Chavez gets the ball at the top of the key. Passes over to C.J. Scrivener. Into Chavez. Probably should have been a travel call, but it's early in the game.
Meanwhile, when we talk about what's happened earlier in the season, SaberCats currently 2-1 on the season on a 2-game winning streak. A lot of viewers joined us for the Arizona College Prep game earlier, in which the SaberCats won 72-37. A 1-point victory against Gilbert Christian, 58-57 on the 22nd. So, hot streak here.
Gavin Johnson gets the turnover, takes it all the way, and scores 2 points.
And with that Gavin Johnson fast break, you can see just why the SaberCat team has been so successful and so good early in this season.
Unforced turnover there as Grant Smith tries to pass to Jedrick.
Trayvon Stewart checking in for the Santan Foothills SaberCats.
Cross-court inbound to Gavin Johnson. Gavin Johnson sets up the play for the Cats. From 3 points, Gavin Johnson is money, and that's going to give the SaberCats a lead, 7-6, 5:47 left in the first quarter.
Just like the game at Gilbert Christian earlier, Gavin Johnson put up 27 points in that game, and he looks to be continuing that same trend tonight.
He's really come a long way over the years here at Foothills. And that's a second foul on number 1, Brian Turner. It's going to be the 4th team foul early here in the first quarter.
And a 30-second timeout here as the SaberCats go on a quick little 5-0 run to take the lead 7-6. And while you like to see them ahead at this point in the game, with only 3 minutes gone to start this game, a little concerning to see 4 team fouls already.
Definitely. They're coming out aggressively, and that's going to rack up those fouls. Just looking at the matchups out there, we seem to match up pretty well on size, but I think Safford has a little bit of weight on us. .32 Christian Smith. Oh, that should have been out of bounds, and it is.
And the referees do make that call, but that shot just looked offline from the moment it had left his hands, and it is going to be SaberCat basketball.
It's a tough angle from the corner. 5:32 left in the first. Gavin Johnson looks to inbound as they communicate.
And for me, I was never as good at basketball as some of the players that are out here. But for me, it was always psychological. Shooting from the corner, not seeing the backboard, always seemed more difficult than a shot straight away.
Definitely, you have to be right on. Perfect distance, perfect spin.
Sabercats move the basketball out on the perimeter as they set up their offense, looking for a way in towards the basket.
Gavin takes a three and makes it. That's 2 in a row for him.
And as this game goes on, that's going to just start to draw the Bulldog defense out further and further and just open up so much more potential for the Sabercat offense.
Rebound by Trayvon Stewart. Passes it up court to Joel Becerra. Joel Becerra finishes with a layup, and it's good, and one. You'll love to see it.
And that is good team play right there. It's a hard-fought rebound there by number 11, Trayvon Stewart, seeing his teammate shooting down the court, passing to Becerra where he can handle it. That shot goes up and in, and one, and a chance for a three-point play.
And when you give an assist like that, you just love to see the finish.
And even the players that didn't touch the ball, you saw the wings streaking down the court. So even if Becerra got stopped, there were some offensive options for him to dish off too.
Becerra misses his free throw, gets his own rebound, but then can't handle it. Trayvon tries again to get it up to Joel Becerra, but
the Bulldogs were wise to it that time. They got their hand up and just disrupted the passing lane.
Bulldogs pass around the shell, get it inside to number 12 at the elbow. Rebound by Deshaun Copeland. Gavin Johnson takes the ball up the court, passes over. No, takes a shot for three.
And that shot is up and in right there. That is 3 3-pointers.
He's got a big smile on his face. I probably shouldn't be able to see it with the mask on, but you can tell.
That's how big that smile was.
We're going to have a blocking foul on the ground.
They called that on the ground, but Sabercats, after being down 6-2, have rattled off 13 unanswered points, in large part off the three-point shooting of Gavin Johnson, as they have a 15-6 lead halfway through the first quarter.
All right, Safford sets up to inbound here. 3:56, as you mentioned. 32. Christian Smith passes back in. A nice post work there by number 24.
Yeah, Jedrick Chavez just kind of pivots off of his left foot, moves to where the defense isn't, and had a pretty easy layup there.
Definitely had an inside presence so far in this game. Deshaun Copeland to Gavin Johnson for three. Oh, no good this time. You have to miss eventually. We're going to get a call against, I think it was Christian Marciano. Nope, it was Deshaun Copeland. That'll be the 16th foul. So the next foul for the rest of this half is going to be shooting for the Bulldogs.
Look at the effort of
Gavin
Johnson right there. With the steal, recovers.
He lost his handles on that layup. Still got the ball back off Safford. And the cheerleaders are looking to pass the ball to the ref.
And that's a really good chest pass by the cheerleader.
It got where it was going.
Yeah, absolutely. Just good athleticism shown on the sideline by the Santan Foothill Spirit line there.
You'll just have to trust us because it wasn't on camera. And Gavin Johnson inbounds to Christian Marciano.
Oh, that almost went backcourt, but good effort by Christian Marciano to keep that.
Joel Becerra for three, and it's good!
And you absolutely have to come out and defend him. He has shown time and time again this game that he is going to hit that, as Jedrick Chavez answers with a two-point drive of his own.
Becerra was hot on the three-point shot in the last game that we broadcast, and looks like he might be again tonight. He gets knocked to the floor, so he's going to be shooting two.
And this is a 60-second spread that almost looks like a title fight. A three-pointer on one end, a quick layup. You come down, you get another break opportunity, an easy layup. You get the foul, and these teams are going shot for shot, even though Santan has opened up an 8-point lead.
That's going to be Blake Phelps with his second, team third in this half. Becerra makes the free throw. Sends the lead to 9 points. Some substitutions here. Looks like Tristan Lopez is checking in for Deshaun Copeland. And Becerra lines up to take his second free throw. And makes the second. Safford brings the ball back down the court. Number 10 for 3, no good. Rebound by number 30, Blake Phelps. And Jedrick doing everything he can down in the paint there. And travel is the call, but as Trayvon Stewart plays some pretty good defense.
As this game goes on, though, you're just getting a sense for what an inside presence Jedrick Chavez is. He just seems to clog up that middle. He gets the rebounds. He's a good player on the inside.
And Gavin Johnson dribbles the ball, kicks it back out to Trayvon Stewart. Trayvon drives in, tries for the shot, but he's going to be fouled by number 30. That'll be his third, Blake Phelps, and that's going to send Trayvon Stewart to the line.
Yeah, Blake Phelps is a 5'10 senior weighing in at 165 pounds. He is called for the foul. That's the fourth team foul called against Safford.
And 3 of those are his. So we have, looks like number 12, CJ Scrivener, ready to check in for him. And we're ready for Trayvon's second shot. 10-point lead for the SaberCats. And it's good. Kristen Smith passes over to number 20, over to number 10. Oh, a lot of contact there. No call. Kicks it out to 32 in the corner. That's Christian Smith. No good. Rebound by Trayvon Stewart. Trayvon Stewart dribbles it up the court to Gavin Johnson. Gavin makes a nice step around the defense and puts 2 on the board for Santan.
Oh, look at getting back on defense there. Number 30, Tristan Lopez, draws the offensive foul. And just when Safford looks like they had a chance to kind of close in, good hustle getting back to the defensive side of the ball.
Super smart play by the sophomore. And Joel Becerra is at Trayvon Stewart, takes a 3-point shot, gets his own rebound, passes back out to Christian Marciano, who takes a 3-pointer. That one also no good. Rebound by Joel Becerra out to Gavin Johnson, who shoots from forever and misses. Tristan Lopez with the hustle, but just goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Marciano and Becerra with their best Gavin Johnson impressions on that play. Shots did not go down. You wonder, I'm looking at our Max Preps roster up here, and Marciano weighs in at 0 pounds, and you just wonder if the basketball is so heavy for an athlete that weighs literally nothing.
I don't even know what to say to that. Okay, pass over to 13. Into 12, right under the basket. That's good.
CJ Scrivener right there. The pass wasn't quite high enough for an alley-oop. He came down, gathered himself, and hit the layup.
Tristan Lopez shoots from 3 points. No good. Rebound by Trayvon Stewart. Kicks it out to Christian Marciano. Over to Joel Becerra for 3. No good. Rebound, Safford.
But what an asset that Trayvon Stewart is to this SaberCat team. Just pulling down offensive rebounds, pulling down defensive rebounds, really having a big impact on this game.
And since he came in, Jedrick has had a little trouble scoring, I believe.
Yeah, you really like the way it looks like Coach Stewart has kind of put him on a man defensive assignment on Jedrick Chavez and doing a really nice job of lessening his impact on this game as we see a foul called there.
It's going to be on Marciano, his second, team 7th. And we're shooting 2.
It's number 13, Emmanuel Torres at the line.
Makes the first.
Lead close to 10 points.
No good on the second. Rebound by Tristan Lopez, who will be tripped by Jedrick Chavez.
And that is a foul on Chavez. And as a SaberCat fan, you'd like to see him get in foul trouble.
Absolutely. He's definitely a presence. We just put 24 fouls on the board instead of on the player, but that's okay.
But the other thing that you really like about the play of Trayvon Stewart is how he's having an impact.
Speaking of, he just gets a nice pass down there.
An impact on the game by scoring, but also an impact by taking Jedrick Chavez out of the game without drawing fouls.
Absolutely. And they extend the lead to 12 as we end our first quarter of play. 25-13, your Cats. And we're back in action here, ready to start our second quarter of play. Ball will go to Safford. No, Santan.
And I think what really stands out to me from that first isn't necessarily the score. Well, the SaberCats do have that 12-point lead. It's at 17 fouls to 16 fouls. A lot of kind of sloppy defensive play, late rotations, things like that that are going to have an impact on the second quarter.
Marciano sees an opportunity, drives in, but misses. It's going off blue. White ball right under their basket. Trayvon Stewart set. No, sorry, Joel Becerra set to inbound the ball. Looks inbound to Trayvon Stewart, but it goes off a blue shoe. And Marciano will take the inbound this time.
And once again, as you look out over the court, you just...
Trayvon Stewart for two.
You got to love Joel Becerra's shoes. They really stand out there on the court.
They do. Gavin Johnson's shoes are also very nice shade of purple there. Oh. And we're going to have a foul on, I think, Trayvon Stewart.
Yeah, he tries to slide over and stop Grant Smith there on the layup, which he does, but draws the foul.
I believe we're shooting two.
And Smith will be at the line shooting two. Bulldogs are in the bonus for the rest of this half. Next foul actually puts the SaberCats in the bonus as well. So
first free throw is good.
Might see a lot of free throws coming up here in this next 7 minutes, 35 seconds of play.
Deshaun Copeland checks in for Trayvon Stewart. Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Safford. Put in by number 24, Jedrick Chavez. Interesting that Trayvon Stewart checks out and immediately Jedrick Chavez gets in there, makes a rebound, and puts it back in for two. Brian Turner goes in but gets blocked by Chavez. Safford makes a quick transition play, and Gavin Johnson...
He just got caught out of position there. He went up in the air, and it looks like number 32, Christian Smith, just so smart. He stopped on the court and stepped back knowing that Gavin Johnson had nowhere to come down except on top. And really smart play drawing the foul.
Johnson's talking to the ref now, trying to get clarification for what went wrong on that shot. And 32, Christian Smith, makes his first free throw.
And, you know, you like to see that out of this AIA officiating crew. We do have a lane violation called.
On Safford, so no shot.
But you like to see the referees talking to the players, taking that time to coach them. These are still student athletes that are learning the game, and getting that referee perspective can make them better players.
Absolutely. Marciano dribbles around the world, comes around to Becerra, and I think we're going to have a foul call on Jedrick Chavez here, which would be his third, I believe. And if you're the Safford coach, you can't his second, and it's on 32, Christian Smith. Either way, a lot of size there to get into foul trouble.
And this is going to be a one-on-one situation with Joel Becerra there at the line.
Becerra takes his first shot. It is not in, but Gavin Johnson gets a rebound. So the Cats will set up their play. Brian Turner gets the ball in the corner, drives it in. No good. Rebound by Noah Bevins. Noah Bevins dribbles, takes a shot from 3, and it's in. Banks off the backboard. And all of a sudden it's a 7-point game. 6:39 left in the half. Marciano out to Turner. Turner dribbles around, passes over to Gavin Johnson. Big wide open lane.
Called for the offensive foul as he lowers his shoulder into Noah Bevins there.
Bevins was set for about 3 minutes before Gavin Johnson took that drive.
That is only his second personal foul. Important thing here, though, is 10th team foul, and now we're in a double bonus situation for the next 6 minutes, 20 seconds. So Foothills really needs to clean up that defensive play, or they're going to allow the Bulldogs to free throw their way back into this game.
Rebound by 32, Christian Smith. Now Gavin Johnson, with the rebound. Gavin drives the lane and puts it in, puts 2 points on the board.
And that's what he tried to do last time, only this time there wasn't a defender waiting for him, and that layup is up and in for 2 points.
Jedrick Chavez passes over to Christian Smith. Christian Smith drives, passes out, kicks it out to number 10, Bevins, over to number 20. Rope.
Very aggressive defense by Brian Turner there.
And traveling is the call against.
You got to be careful if you're Brian Turner there, though. Swatting at that ball, it might net you a steal, but more than likely that's going to net you a foul, and in the double bonus, you don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, those big aggressive moves really do draw the attention of the refs, which when you're in this position, you don't want to do. Becerra from 3, no good, off the corner. Bevins with the rebound. Bevins kicks it over to number 12, over to Jedrick Chavez, who is going to be fouled by Deshaun Copeland, and he'll shoot 2.
And you can see that, like, even with the strong defensive play from Trayvon Stewart earlier, Jedrick Chavez is one of those players you're not going to keep his fingerprints off of this game, and so really what you're trying to do is minimize the impact and have him get his shots when it doesn't swing the momentum, when it doesn't close gaps in the game.
Chavez makes both free throws, 7-point lead, and Trayvon Stewart checks back into the game. Joel Becerra with the ball now, passes to Gavin Johnson, almost loses it, but gets control, drives into 17 feet in the corner and misses his jumper. Rebound Safford over to Christian Smith. Christian Smith looks to pass it inside, gets the pass back, but mishandles it, and now he's under the basket and scores 2. And 1 opportunity here for Christian Smith.
Good hands by the SaberCats. They knock the ball around a couple of times, but it corralled by the Bulldogs, and now all of a sudden you're looking at, if you're a coach here, a scary moment where your lead is dissolving, momentum seems to be on the side of the Bulldogs. You got to figure out how to stop them.
I think I might call a timeout if I were coach and calm the boys down, because they're getting a little bit aggressive, a little bit sloppy on their defense. Christian Marciano dribbles the ball up the court. And that's exactly what coach is going to do. We're going to call a full timeout, take 60 seconds to talk things over.
All right, 4 minutes and 33 seconds remaining to go. That lead has been cut to 4. Santan Foothills 29, Safford 25.
And we're back after that full timeout. Inbound by Brian Turner. Gets to Marciano. Marciano dribbles around the right side. Kicks it back to Becerra, who drives in. Kicks it out to Gavin Johnson at 3 points. Johnson should have been a 2, but ref signal for a 3, but a miss either way. And the Bulldogs will inbound.
Yeah, and that shot right there, well, you don't mind Gavin taking him because he's shown he can hit him. It just looked out of rhythm.
And
Christian Smith lays it up and in off the glass. And, I think Gavin Johnson likes to set his feet a little bit more, and his feet just looked like they were out from under him. And not a great shot, but he can hit him.
As I mentioned, that front leg was inside the arc, and he was off balance. It's just a 2-point lead now. Well, that's a hard foul on Marciano there.
Fouled by C.J. Scrivener will send Marciano to the line.
Shooting 2 here.
And SaberCats really need these two as the lead has been closed to just 2 points halfway through quarter number 2.
Gets the first. Back to a 3-point lead, 30-27. And we have Tristan Lopez checking in for Gavin Johnson. And he makes both. That's what you like to see as coach.
Marciano.
Big fast play, though. Trayvon Stewart is going to be called for that foul.
And a good show of sportsmanship there between Jedrick Chavez and Trayvon Stewart. A hard foul, but definitely within the scope of the game there.
Yeah, sometimes you're just going up and the other player just gets underneath you. And when you're in there, you can't really control your body. Makes the first.
And that is 3 fouls there on Trayvon Stewart. So kind of the player that so far has shown the propensity to keep Jedrick Chavez out, it has to sit on the bench because of that foul trouble.
Yeah, it's going to be a long 3.5 minutes here if nobody else finds a way. Oh, my. We're going to have a foul on number 20.
That's a
Grant Smith.
hard foul on Brian Turner right there.
Turner goes to the line to shoot 2. I think we've had about 22 team fouls both ways. Stop counting at 10, so I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, the scoreboard doesn't go beyond 10 for team fouls, but we are definitely beyond that 10 mark.
We are. I think we're at 11 or 12. And Turner makes his first.
And that's where you have to start thinking, when you have that many team fouls on both sides, when we get closer to the fourth quarter here, we might start to see some of these key players fouling out, and that's going to change your offensive strategy, your defensive strategy, the whole flow of the game.
Turner makes his second, a long pass down to Jedrick, who puts it in for an easy, uncontested 2 points. 33-30, 3:33 left in the first half. Miscommunication there.
And just a mishandled pass that unfortunately turns the ball back over to the Bulldogs, as this is a one-possession game, and they could tie it up here on this trip down the court.
And Smith takes the ball. Doesn't go for 3, but tries for the easier 2 and misses. Lopez with a rebound. Passes to Marciano. Marciano dribbles around the trouble. To Brian Turner on the corner. Misses, but rebound by Deshaun Copeland. Over to Tristan Lopez for 3, and no good. Rebound, Safford. Nice move there by Christian Smith over to Scrivener, who misses his layup. And Brian Turner is fighting tooth and nail to get that ball back. But they kick it out to Jedrick Chavez. And it's going to be off Brian Turner.
And as that ball goes out of bounds, like at the beginning of the game, the three-pointers were falling. And when you go cold like this, you want to get in closer to the basket and start getting that rhythm back. The three-pointers aren't falling right now, and it doesn't seem like that's going to be the strategy that carries you to victory, or at least to close out this half.
Chavez up for 2. It's good. And now it's just a 1-point game, Mr. Miller.
Yeah, anything can happen in this next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Momentum has definitely shifted back over to the Bulldogs. But you might see it shift back to Santan Foothills as Becerra lays it up and in, and then
Deshaun
a steal.
Copeland picks off that long court pass, which is good to see because it's about the third time they've attempted that play. The first 2 times they were successful, and Marciano takes a shot, misses. Copeland, rebound by Safford, passes all the way down the court.
And you saw in that play Marciano knowing the foul situation and trying to block that shot, but very smart not drawing that foul.
Becerra from 3 misses, rebound by 20. Smith, we're going to call that out of bounds.
Good hustle by the Bulldogs, and you have to be aware of that as a SaberCat. Every time a shot is going up, one of the Bulldogs is sprinting down the court and getting behind that defense more often than not.
They definitely shifted to this transition defense or offense as Chavez goes up for a layup but misses off
of Becerra.
Becerra doesn't like the call.
I think the referee's got that one correct from where I'm sitting, though. I don't like to say that, but it does look like it is Safford basketball.
Kicks it out to Chavez, who's going to take a long shot from 3 points. No good.
You know, and that's not Chavez's game, so I think they're content to let him take those 3-point shots.
Becerra's going to take his own 3 and hasn't been very hot tonight from 3. Chavez takes the ball up the court, inbound to Smith. Smith from the block, misses but draws the foul, and he's going to shoot 2.
And you know you're out of a little defensive position when you have 3 defenders on the same shooter. So it's a little out of sorts on defense, and then you see the shot going up, everybody crashes, and it's can be effective from a hustle standpoint, but you don't want 3 players guarding a shooter.
Smith makes a shot, and Deshaun Copeland commits his 3rd foul. We got Eli Fields coming in for the first time tonight. He's taking over for Copeland.
You know, and he's a big guy. He's 6'5", the tallest guy on the court, the tallest guy on the team for the SaberCats,
and only a sophomore. Second free throw was good. They have actually taken the lead by a point with those free throws. Gavin Johnson drives in, but does not make it. Will draw the foul.
He does have a chance to take the lead by draining a couple free throws coming up here. Both teams in the double bonus.
What do you want to see in the final minute here in the half?
You know, at this point right here, you just hope to take a little bit of momentum into halftime with you. Get a few buckets, maybe scrap together a 2 or 3 point lead. You're not going to win the game in the next 1 minute, but you can certainly put yourself in a huge hole coming out of halftime if you let this lead expand to 4 or 5 for the Bulldogs.
Gavin Johnson misses the first free throw, looks to tie the game here, and makes the second, does just that. Quick inbound by the Bulldogs, who look to score here. Smith does so. Drives into the lane and just puts in an easy bucket.
And you'd like to see Elijah Field just plant his feet and take the charge there, because it looks like that was a chance that was going to happen.
Smith.
Fields with the rebound. SaberCats swing the ball back over to Gavin Johnson.
Turner with the rebound to Fields, passes it to Becerra on the block. Becerra dribbles out to 3-point land where he's comfortable, takes a shot, and it's no good. Fields battling for rebounds and gets those rebounds. Safford.
And you like what you're seeing from Fields in there? Bulldogs can't seem to out-rebound him, and that's something to take note of going into quarter number 3, that you might get a few more possessions, a few more shots if he continues to rebound like he is in this last minute. And a steal.
Nobody behind him, trails Becerra, and Becerra's going to draw the foul.
And what a spark plug coming off of the bench for Fields. Didn't see any playing time in quarter number 1. He comes in with about 90 seconds remaining, and I think he's put together 6 rebounds, a steal, just really working out there.
Really getting on the stat sheet here, and Becerra looks to tie the game with these 2 free throws. 7.5 left in the half. Not going to do it for the first one. And we'll see if we can get some rebound here if Becerra misses the next one, and maybe a putback for the tie. Becerra makes the free throw. Smith takes a three-point shot, no good. Again, not really his location tonight. And that's going to do it for our first half of play. Your Cats are behind by one, 37-38.
And when we come back from halftime, we'll see if the Santan Foothill SaberCats can make this happen in the second half. We'll be back after this.
That horn means we're ready to start our second half of play. Safford will get the inbound. Noah Bevins passes into number 20, Grant Smith. Travel on Jedrick.
I was a little worried that 8 seconds in we were going to see our first foul, but traveling call against Jedrick Chavez.
Eli Fields defends. He's way down there, wide open, but Turner doesn't see him.
And when you see Fields out there for the start of the third quarter, you know that Coach Matt Stewart saw the same thing that we saw, the impact he was having on the game with rebounding, and that's why he's earned the start here.
You can't coach size, as they always say, and Eli Fields has that size for the Cats. Didn't play basketball his freshman year. And we're going to have a foul on Safford, I believe. Or just a turnover. Speaking of turnovers, intercepted by the Bulldogs. And now Grant Smith kicks it out to Scrivener, who misses. Christian Smith also misses. Marciano with a rebound, takes it down. Looks to pass to Brian Turner, but is picked off by the Bulldogs. Pass down to Christian Smith, who can't convert. Gavin Johnson doesn't see Scrivener coming up behind him and loses the ball. Becerra.
A lot of fast breaking and a lot of steals so far, 1 minute in.
And no scoring.
Offensive foul called there
On Becerra.
against Joel Becerra.
He doesn't like it, and I think it's his third.
Yeah, you can tell he's frustrated, and especially where that happened on the court, it wasn't even a clear shot to the basket. So, that's one of those hustle plays where there's been so many steals, been so many fast breaks, there hasn't been a whole lot of points, and you're just doing everything you can to move this game forward. And
Bevins inbounds to Grant Smith, over to Jedrick, who tries it again from three, but also misses. Fields with the rebound. Gavin Johnson takes it up the court. Takes a three-point shot and misses. Fields not in position to get the rebound, and Safford drives it up the court over to Christian Smith, who can't score, to Scrivener, who does score.
And that's the first points of quarter number 3 as we're ticking right up to that 6-minute mark.
A lot of turnovers. They came out with a lot of intensity, but
another offensive foul, that one called against Brian Turner as he runs into Jedrick Chavez. Safford is getting into those defensive position. They're getting those feet set and drawing the offensive fouls.
That's his second, team second. Jedrick drives in and puts 2 points on the board. Now a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs.
And that's what Chavez wants to do. He doesn't want to be taking those three-pointers out on the perimeter. He wants to be working the ball inside as Marciano drives it inside, kicks it out, pass stolen.
And Christian Smith with an easy layup, 2 more points, and now a 7-point lead for the Bulldogs. Marciano dribbles it up the court, passes to Gavin Johnson. We have a whistle.
There's going to be a timeout called by Santan Foothills, and first 2 minutes of quarter number 3 didn't have a whole lot of scoring. The next 23 seconds did, but it is all Bulldogs.
Yeah, smart timeout here by Coach Stewart. We want to, keep the momentum on our side, or regain the momentum, as it were. So Coach calls timeout to maybe chill Safford a little and redraw the plans for our defense.
And Foothills will walk out after that full timeout called by Coach Matt Stewart.
Inbound just this side of half court.
And just having watched a couple games by Santan Foothills and seeing what they can do. Gavin Johnson can start to hit a few of these threes and really turn this game around very quickly if he gets hot.
He'll take a long two, and a lot of contact there.
And he does draw the foul. Looks like that's called on C.J. Scrivener. Send him to the line for 2 free throws. Johnson looks to cut into this 5-point lead. First free throw is up and no good. He'll still have 1 free throw coming up.
And again, we're going to look for some size inside with Eli Fields to get the rebound. Should he miss?
And that's exactly what does happen.
Becerra passes to Johnson.
And it's the wingspan of Fields there. He wasn't in a great defensive position, but he got those long arms out and tipped the ball to Becerra.
And we're going to have a call on Blue.
The Blue 12 again. That's C.J. Scrivener with another personal foul. That'll be his 3rd. Team 2nd.
Coach doesn't look to make any substitutions at this time. Fields with the inbound to Lopez. Lopez tries to pass it to Becerra. Picked off by Scrivener, who loses the ball.
Yeah, Scrivener just lost the ball. You saw a good defensive position. Worried about drawing a charge there. Repositions and loses possession of the ball at the baseline.
And Fields again with that size just gets the rebound, tips it back out, and Gavin Johnson passes over to Becerra. Becerra from 17 feet, no good.
And all of a sudden, the SaberCats just can't seem to buy a bucket. We're almost halfway through the 3rd quarter, and they haven't put in a field goal.
It's going to be tough to win games when you're not scoring, and Jedrick continues to dominate the paint, puts another 2 points on the board.
You know, they can't stay this cold forever. You just hope that when they find the handle, it's not too late as this lead balloons to 7 points. Marciano drives, dishes off to Fields.
From the elbow, no good. Comes back out to Christian Smith, who dribbles it all the way. A little too hard off the glass, and Gavin Johnson gets the rebound and dribbles it back the other way. Kicks out to Becerra. Becerra up for 3, no good. Rebounds. Fields again with that long arm. Tries to get it to Marciano, but just a little too hot for him.
Yeah, and that's like in football when the quarterback throws the ball too hard and it is almost impossible for the receiver to catch. That tip was tipped so hard to Marciano, he almost had no chance to control it.
Coach swaps out Trayvon Stewart for Eli Fields.
Fields has to be getting tired with the amount of work he's put in for the 4 minutes of the 3rd quarter.
Pass inside to Christian Smith. Christian Smith for 2 points off the glass. 48-39, 9-point lead for the Bulldogs, who really opened it up here. Trayvon Stewart for 3, misses. Rebound by Becerra, who puts it back in for 2.
And finally a bucket for Santan Foothills.
No call there as Jedrick Chavez is contesting the fact that he was slapped.
You know, and you hope that that first field goal of the 3rd quarter gets these SaberCats moving in the right direction, gives them some momentum, and maybe more of these shots will start to fall.
Inbound to Chavez, and it's going to go out of bounds off Blue. Tristan Lopez on the sideline looks to inbound to Christian Marciano.
And you know, that first loss for Safford against Snowflake by, I think, 26, 28 points, it looks bad on paper, but Snowflake is a really talented team, and Safford, it looks like they're using that to kind of grow and try and get their first win of the season.
He definitely makes you hungry to get back in there and get the W on your record. Becerra takes the ball up the court. Passes to the corner for Marciano. Marciano double guarded. Back to Becerra, out to Johnson. Johnson takes a shot, and it's no good for 3. Rebound by
Rims in and out.
Devin.
It was so close.
Eventually it's going to fall. He's just going to have to find his rhythm again. After that awkward three-pointer, he's kind of lost it a little bit as Chavez scores 2 more for the Bulldogs.
And so much of shooting is the flow of the game and getting your feet set. And the way this game is going right now, those outside shots just don't have the rhythm and the flow to them.
Johnson.
Offensive foul drawn by Noah Bevins.
It was a really pretty shot.
That shot went in, but canceled out by the offensive foul that coach is going to take Gavin Johnson and have him take a break on the. You can see the frustration on Johnson's face. He's such a good shooter, and they're just not falling right now.
Yeah, but eventually it will happen. I just hope it happens before the end of the game. And rebound by Becerra. In trouble is Jedrick Chavez, and his teammates aren't there to help him out, but he dribbles out of trouble and goes all the way down and lays 2.
And that's what you want to see out of Becerra right there. Takes the ball coast to coast, right into the lane, sees no one's coming over to defend him, and puts that shot up and in.
And another miss by the Bulldogs.
And you can see the energy on the Santan Foothills SaberCats right now.
Turner just dribbles it off his foot. That's tough.
But you can feel it in the gym here, and you can see it on the faces of the SaberCats that they're starting to feel a little bit more in this game.
Yeah, and some of the starters are checking back in for Safford. They're not liking what they're seeing. They don't want to let the SaberCats back into this game. Grant Smith takes the ball up the court, passes to Christian Smith. Into Chavez, back out to Christian Smith. And now
offensive foul called against Safford, and these aggressive drives into the lane are just being met with such good defense that neither team seems to have the answer.
Christian Smith's third foul, team third foul in this half. With as much aggression and excitement as going on the court, I'm surprised it's only 3 fouls.
From the corner, Marciano, no good, rebounded by C.J. Scrivener.
Scrivener in a little bit of trouble, but Jedrick Chavez gets the long pass. Chavez double guarded there, passes to Smith, and again gets called for his 4th foul now.
And you want to see Foothills take this energy and turn it into points. Right now they're doing a good job of drawing the offensive fouls, of playing that strong defense, and you just want to see the scoreboard close in from this 9-point lead.
And Smith has been a big part of this game, so seeing him in foul trouble, 4 fouls going into the 4th quarter, you got to like that if you're a Santan fan.
Yeah, and so many fouls called during the first half of play that...
What do we got here?
I think it's going to be away from the ball. That foul is called
against Safford.
Against Safford, yeah. Grant Smith called for the foul away from the ball. It will be Santan Foothills basketball.
His 2nd and team 5th. And we have a substitution for Christian Smith. Back in the game is Bevins. Oh, we're going to get a call here.
It looks like it's going to be a reaching foul called against C.J. Scrivener as he tried to make a play on that inbounds pass. That's going to be his 4th personal foul. One more, and he'll be disqualified.
A lot of the starters are in foul trouble here for Safford.
A lot of time to set up for Becerra on that shot. Online, but just a bit long.
Rebound will go off of Marciano. Safford inbounds the ball. Grant Smith passes over to Scrivener. Sorry, Bevins. Bevins tosses it over to Grant Smith. Grant Smith, right in front of the basket, puts 2 points on the board, back to an 11-point lead. 13 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Tristan Lopez with the ball, pass over to Marciano. Marciano to Becerra. Becerra tries to set something up, but there's only 5 seconds left, so he'll take the shot himself. No good. Rebound by Grant Smith. And that's going to do it for a 3rd quarter of play.
What a quarter it was, but that lead has gone from a 1-point lead to an 11-point lead. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
And we're back for our fourth quarter of play. Safford picked up 3 quick fouls there, and they're now on the verge of putting Santan in the bonus for the rest of the game, which you got to like if you're a Santan fan.
11 points is not insurmountable, but the way those shots have been going in, you really need to start hitting some shots in succession and not going 1 or 2 minutes without putting points on the board.
And they're going to need every free throw they can get. Pass over to Brian Turner. Brian Turner, jump stop. They're going to call him for a travel. Maybe a little slide on that jump stop. Inbound to Bevins. Pass over to
and a traveling call. It's on number 34, Victor Trujillo. So trading traveling calls, 30 seconds off the clock in this fourth and final quarter. 43-54 your score, Safford leading.
Brian Turner from the wing misses. Rebound by Jedrick Chavez, who puts in 2 points for Safford. They really haven't found an answer to him all night.
No, for a short while, you had the defense played by Trayvon Stewart, but as soon as he got foul trouble, there almost wasn't an answer.
Tristan Lopez misses from 3. Rebound by Bevins. Bevins dribbles up the court, passes it over to number 44, Jojo Ruelas.
Loses his footing. Turnover. 13-point lead, 6 minutes, 54 seconds left to go in this game. Inbound goes to Joel Becerra.
Back to Christian Marciano, who takes it up the court, making the calls, directing the traffic. Passes over to Becerra, to Turner. Gavin Johnson working hard inside, gets around to the wing, takes a 3-point shot, no good, off the rim. Marciano battles for the rebound. We're going to have jump ball, and that should go to Safford.
Still out there giving it his all is Gavin Johnson. And once again on that shot, didn't get his feet set like he likes to. You could kind of see him coming out from under him. Still able to make those shots, but just not in the rhythm he was in quarter number 1.
Got a whistle. White 10. Christian Marciano with a foul there.
That is the 4th team foul.
Sorry, 11.
Still not in the bonus yet.
Call that on Trayvon Stewart, who now has 4 personal fouls. Jedrick just working the post.
And that 4th personal foul is big because you could see it on that play right there. Trayvon Stewart making sure to not draw the foul, but that makes it a little bit easier for Jedrick Chavez to score.
Back out to Gavin Johnson. Johnson drives it in, kicks it back. Becerra gets it in the paint. Drives out to the wing, takes it up to the top of the key. Stewart looks to set up a screen back to him, and he shoots and makes 2 points. 45-58, 13-point lead for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs dribble it up the court. Grant Smith met with opposition by Christian Marciano, who steals it, takes it all the way, and lays it up, but misses. Turner puts it back and scores 2 points.
You can see the emotion on Turner's face. He wants to will this team
Turner trying to call the game. The ref doesn't look very pleased with it, but it was a travel.
He does let that go. That lead is back down to an 11-point lead.
Full timeout by the Bulldogs.
Mr. Perales, we have 5 minutes, 33 seconds left. We have an 11-point lead. You can start to feel the momentum shifting right here. What are we going to see in the next 5 minutes?
Well, if you're a SaberCat fan, you hope that they find a way to keep Chavez from scoring, which they haven't been able to do very effectively tonight. But they have to get a couple defensive stops and keep this run offensively going to close this gap. So,
and even on that shot, when Trayvon Stewart put the 2 points on the board, it didn't look natural. It was a lot of scrambles. It was a lot of going after loose balls. Fortunate to get that and good hustle. But even the points that are coming for Santan right now, they're not looking like they're within the flow of the game. Doesn't mean you can't come back, but you just like to see it come with a little bit more flow.
Yeah, clean it up, calm it down. You got 5.5 minutes. It's only 11 points.
And not only that, this is the same team that jumped out to a 15-point lead in the span of about 3 minutes to start this game.
And I think Becerra is going to get the call there. Uh-oh. And 34 actually was the call for Safford.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 1+1 coming up for Becerra. He'll go to the line, and you work on this almost every day in practice. You work on the free throws, you work on the 1+1, and this is where they can close that gap.
Absolutely. Every point counts, and the girls' team can tell you that or the boys' team here can tell you that with their 1-point win the other night against Gilbert Christian. Misses that free throw. Chavez with a rebound. Gavin Johnson looks to closely guard him. From an athletic standpoint, I think Gavin Johnson has a good chance of being able to shut down Chavez. But Chavez has a couple inches on him. And Bevins back to Chavez. Chavez in the corner. Playing a little bit of a delay game here. Going to really challenge Santan to come up and make a stop and contest. And that's a foul call against number 44, Jojo Ruelas.
That was good hustle by Brian Turner to get in there and draw that offensive foul. And that's one that could go either way, as it looked like Brian Turner kind of undercut him a little bit, but referees called that offensive foul, and that's good if you're a Santan fan.
They're a little bit closer. They have a better view of the feet than we do, so you just got to trust them.
Are you saying it's difficult to officiate from 150 feet and 20 feet up?
Some would say that. Becerra with a miss. Oh, Christian Marciano takes a hard fall after the rebound by Ruelas. Ruelas from
Bulldogs
corner.
Slowing the pace down. They had a chance to drive in there, but they kick it out back to the perimeter as they force Santan Foothills to come out and defend them, burning the clock as we cross the halfway mark of the fourth quarter.
They're playing the delay game here. And if Trayvon has to get up there and start the count for him. Oh, and they're going to call Chavez for the charge there.
A lot of offensive fouls here in this varsity boys matchup.
Absolutely. I don't know. He had already passed the ball, I think, but I guess player control foul. And Marciano looks to inbound to Gavin Johnson.
Oh, and they almost had 6 players on the court there, but
Johnson from 3. No good. In and out. It was right there. And Christian Smith is 5 rows deep in the stands over there.
All these shots by Johnson are just a little bit off, a little right, a little left, a little long. They're all making their way into the rim and just bouncing out, and you just wonder, what if 1 or 2 of those had gone in? What if you put another 6 points on this board for Santan? How different this game would be.
It definitely would be a different game. And, oh, boy.
A 3-second lane violation called against Foothills.
Bevins inbounds to Grant Smith. Grant Smith takes the ball up, passes to Chavez. Chavez dribbles up in the corner. Stewart's going to get his 5th foul here. And coach is going to have to replace him with Eli Fields.
Trayvon Stewart is talking to the referee about that foul. There's a kid out there that gave it his all tonight, though. Really strong defensive intensity. Did a great job towards the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter, shutting down Jedrick Chavez. But, Chavez is a talented player, and you only have so many fouls to give.
And he gave them all. He's dissatisfied sitting on the bench. He really wants to be in this game in the last 3 minutes.
No, but you got to be proud of the way that he carried himself out there. His play tonight, just really a good effort from Trayvon Stewart tonight.
Absolutely. Safford continues to delay. Good clock management. Just waiting for the open opportunities, not taking any unnecessary shots. Christian Smith puts 2 points on the board, 47-60. Becerra knocks down a 3, though, and now it's a 10-point game, 2:43 left in the game.
Yeah, Becerra looks like he found it, but it might be too little too late. Never say never, especially if Becerra is able to start hitting those threes and Gavin Johnson starts to get hot and Brian Turner starts to turn it on, but time is ticking away.
I think Marciano was trying to foul Jedrick Chavez to stop the clock, but it wasn't happening, and this is going to be Santan's ball.
Look at the hustle by everyone there. Marciano with his hands going in and forcing the jump ball. You got Brian Turner going over the top but making sure not to foul. Possession arrows with Foothills. There's still a chance.
Never say never. Eli inbounds to Gavin Johnson, who's in the corner. Gavin drives it in, kicks out to Fields. Fields puts it in for 2 points. 8-point game, 2 minutes left.
And a good kick out by Fields there, who had a contested layup but chose to dump it off to Fields for an easy shot. Single-digit lead, 8 points.
Oh, foul on Gavin Johnson there. He got him on the wrist.
Oh, and you can see Coach Stewart didn't like that call, but Foothills will have to adapt to that call.
That's Gavin Johnson's 4th foul. So he's going to have to dial it back a little bit, or we'll be out.
And more importantly, the next foul is in the bonus, so no more fouls to give for Foothills. Clock continues to run with an 8-point lead.
Beautiful pass by Christian Smith into Bevins, who kicks it back out. But a turnover. Brian Turner kicks it back to Becerra, back to Turner. Turner loses the ball a little bit momentarily. Gavin Johnson takes it to the corner, drives back in.
Oh, and there's going to be a blocking foul called there. That is going to be in the double bonus. That sends Gavin Johnson to the line shooting 2 free throws, a chance to cut this lead down to 6. And at that point, it's a 2-possession game, and you have a legitimate shot to get back in this.
The 3-point shooting of Gavin Johnson and Joel Becerra is going to come really in handy if they can get that going.
You got to make those free throws, though. That comes first and foremost.
That hurts. Gavin Johnson misses the first one. Second one is good.
7-point lead with 1 minute and 27 seconds remaining. We're going to have a timeout on the court. 30-second timeout called by Safford. And so like they say in the movie Dumb and Dumber, so you're saying there's a chance.
86 seconds. Couple good offensive plays and defensive stops, and they're right back in this.
It's definitely not unheard of, especially for a 3-point shooting team like the SaberCats, to put 7 points up on the board in 1 minute and 26 seconds. So it's all going to depend on the defensive play. Well, you do got to make the shots. You also have to get the ball back, and they're doing a great job of that right now. Inbound to Christian Smith. Christian Smith double teamed, but
gets out of the trap. Christian Marciano disrupts the play. Brian Turner up to Gavin Johnson. Layup for 2 points, 5-point game. 1:13 left in this game. Passes it up to Jedrick. Chavez, pass over to Scrivener. Scrivener up and no good. Eli Fields with a rebound. Back to Marciano to Gavin Johnson.
1 minute, 5 points, and we have a ball game here.
They got to score quickly, though. They can't delay because Safford's going to delay them. Gavin Johnson takes a really long three and hits the front of the rim. They don't get the rebound.
That looked short off of his hands, but he comes back with the steal, doesn't give up on defense. Santan Foothills takes a timeout here with 44.8 seconds remaining. Good job by Gavin Johnson, not getting frustrated when that three-pointer was a little bit short. Came back in the defensive end and gave his team the ball back.
You got to love the hustle back there. You know, you don't get frustrated and give up on the play. Beat yourself up, you get back. Coach is trying to draw something up, calm these boys down. 44 seconds is not a small amount of time for a 5-point lead, but definitely not any extra time tonight.
No, and even at the worst moments where you were down by 11, down by 13, one of the things you love to see out of the SaberCat team is they never quit, they're never out of it, never get down on themselves, and always play with that emotion.
We'll see what Coach drew up here. We got Eli Fields right at the scorer's table, inbound to Brian Turner. Brian Turner will dribble the ball, make some decisions, passes to Marciano, who loses the ball. Scrivener Blevins picks it up.
Oh, and that is going to make this comeback Chavez. A little bit more difficult.
Yeah, you really had to score on that possession. We're going to have a foul here against.
This is called against Becerra. That puts them in the 1+1. This is not a bad thing. If they miss the front end of the 1+1, it's almost as good as a turnover, but you just have to make sure to convert points on your end of the court.
Yeah, we got to like Eli Fields being down there on the block, ready to get this rebound. And Becerra, and there it is. But
an
they don't
rebound.
Collect the rebound. And Christian Smith puts 2 points on the board.
And one of the questions you have there, why do you only have two defenders down there for the rebound when you have the shooter and two defenders for Safford?
Well, you're hoping that Eli Fields does get that rebound and then can make a long cross-court pass to score 2 quick points or 3.
Going to be too little too late tonight, Mr. Corrales. Well, it was a fun game. It definitely had a chance at a comeback. Right now, looking at a 7-point lead with 5 seconds. It
and a foul.
Might be time to say this one might be over.
You hate to say it. Chavez at the line for 2.
No, but as always, Foothills gives their all. They put on a good show, and they'll come back and get him next time.
Or 1-1. He misses it, and the clock is going to run. Eli takes a Hail Mary pass, and it's no good. And our final score tonight, the Safford Bulldogs win with a score of 62-55.
And as we look ahead on the season, Foothills falls to 2-2. They'll play again in a couple days as Benjamin Franklin comes to Santan Foothills to take on these same SaberCats in a couple days. That'll be Thursday night, followed by another home game on Friday. So 2 more home games, and that'll be a big one against the Florence Gophers.
Always tough to play your crosstown in same district rival, and should be an exciting game.
And we'll be back here on the same YouTube channel calling those games. But SaberCats do fall to the Safford Bulldogs tonight.
Safford Bulldogs, yeah.
The teams are blue and white. It's hard to keep.
It was hard. Hopefully Safford has a safe drive home. I know there was some snowfall up there earlier tonight.
Definitely. So we wish Safford safe travels, but on behalf of the staff and students here at Santan Foothills High School, we'd like to thank everybody and have a great night.